So the Browns play the Tennessee Titans on a fine Sunday afternoon. Um, it was December 6th, and the Browns were 8-3, and the Titans were 8-3. Now, last year, the Browns came into the season with a lot of hype. You know, the Tennessee Titans come in with a little transition. They lost a couple players, and they had a lot of question marks. And in week one, the Tennessee Titans beat on the Cleveland Browns. Okay? Beat on the Cleveland Browns. It was like 43-13 or something like that. Dogged. This year, the Titans come off as the team who almost went to the Super Bowl. They only lost to the Chiefs, you know what I'm saying? And they were winning that game. And the Browns were, what were the Browns last year? Like 7-8, 7-8-1 or something like that? Okay, so they come into Sunday, and it's about who's going to perform. I've been one all year saying, what's up with the play calling. I felt like the play calling was inconsistent, but it was getting better, and the coaches had acknowledged that it's been a transition for them just getting it all, especially with having pieces and losing pieces and gaining pieces and losing pieces. A lot of fluctuation can definitely affect consistency and growth. But on this Sunday afternoon, in the first half, these Browns looked like the team everybody's been waiting to see. All right. Baker Mayfield came out, and I have to say this again. The play calling was excellent. All right. I said, when I first started criticizing the play calling by Coach Kevin, first-year head coach Kevin Stefanski, I had also noted that, he did, in all fairness, he did say, hey, we're a running team. We're going to run the ball. This is what we do. Okay? And he established a run. Now that our running game, the Cleveland Browns running game, is a formidable threat. Everybody in the league is talking about the best running back duo in the entire league. All right? We also have possibly the best wide receiver and tight end duo in the league. We're just waiting for Baker Mayfield to put it all together. We're waiting for the coach to bring it all together. And yesterday, they brought it. All right? First drive, Baker Mayfield, 4 for 5. In all fairness, he should have been 4 for 4 with a touchdown because Donovan Peoples-Jones dropped a wide open touchdown on the 3-yard line where he could have walked in the end zone. Okay? He dropped it. Baker Mayfield, the biggest knock for me on him was his ability to read defenses and coverages and not being so thirsty to get rid of the ball, okay? Yesterday, that pass to Donovan Peoples-Jones, though he dropped it, showed a lot of growth. He was ready to throw it. He hit him with the pump fake. The pump fake is what freed Peoples-Jones. And then he threw a bullet. Hit Peoples-Jones right in the numbers. But we settled for a field goal, and things like that snowball, okay? When you're trying to become a good team, when you're trying to kill bad habits, you have to make every play that you need to make. Nobody's perfect. We're humans. We're not going to make every play, but you got to put your best effort and try it. And that's what separates the goods from the greats from the legends. The effort that they put on every play versus just the plays that they feel like is needed, all right? So, Browns kick a field goal, Tennessee gets the ball, and then the defense comes through. 4th and 1, stop Derrick Henry. Great. I said that, this is how a good team plays, all right? The offense and the defense complement each other. They're working for one another, all right? The offense comes down. The offense wants to tire out the opposing defense and put points on the board. That puts pressure on the opposing offense to come out and defend their defense by putting points on the board and making the opposing defense look bad, okay? The Browns won that first match. They came down, put points on the board, though they should have been 7. Peoples-Jones dropped it, and he dropped it. Then they end up getting halfway down. It was got to be 3rd and 5, and then Rashard Higgins had the false start. All right, you can't have these mental lapses in the end zone when you're a good team, a playoff team, or a title contending team. You have to keep your composure. You have to stay ready. You have to stay focused. You have to stay disciplined. They get to 3. Cleveland defense comes down. I mean, Cleveland defense has been better on the run this year, but the passing defense sucks. All right, so the Tennessee Titans get stopped. Boom. Browns come down, score. Now it's 10-7. Okay? Now, the Browns defense has momentum. The Browns offense has momentum. Therefore, the team has momentum. So right now, a big special teams play, you know what I'm saying, whether scoring, creating a turnover, or just, negating good field position, helps because you have to be able to win on all 3 levels of the game. Browns defense comes, special teams gets a good stop. All right, on the kick returner Baston. A few plays later, Sheldon Richardson been playing good all year. Give that man his props. Him and Ogunjobi been battling all year in that middle, all right? I don't think they get enough credit, you know what I mean? But Sheldon Richardson causes Derrick Henry to fumble. Carl Joseph recovers the fumble. The Browns come down and score. They changed possession. They changed field and went to second quarter. So the first TD that Baker Mayfield threw, all right, to make it 10-0. Once again, this is another thing where you show Baker Mayfield's progression. On this play, they're at the 7-8 yard line. The defense is in a 1 safety high. They only defend in the end zone. It's only 15 yards, so you don't have to do nothing too crazy. Because everybody has to play discipline and play, man up. All right. Baker Mayfield steps back. I think it was a play fake. So he come with the play fake. Vaccaro is the safety in the middle. Baker is learning. Because what he did was he basically kind of stared Vaccaro down a little bit, and then he looked him off to the right, making it as if he might go down to where Rashard Higgins was. On the backside on the left, you see what looks like a post or a down and in that Jarvis is doing, but he gets bumped, so it takes his route out wide. That gives Baker enough time to move the safety over to the right, all right? In my opinion, Baker was a little bit slow. Either he was a little bit slow or Jarvis just got out of that jam faster than anticipated. But Baker threw a rifle. Oh my God, he threw a smoking bullet right to Jarvis in the back of the end zone. It was so pretty. All right, they go up 10-0. Like I say, ensuing kickoff, Batson, a couple plays later, Sheldon Richardson, boom, boom, boom. All right, this is where I said Coach Kevin Stefanski was in his play calling bag. Because they were doing a lot of formation moving and switching. They had a play where Jarvis ended up going from the receiver outside to the running back. They faked it to him on the play action and then came back and threw it to him. I like that play. That play should be ran for tight ends. That play should be ran a different couple ways for a couple different people. All right? And that part of the play calling Kevin Stefanski get to, because the good teams get to that when you start getting a rhythm. When the defense starts getting you more possessions, you can start calling more plays. You can start doing more stuff. You can start trying more stuff. Start getting more people involved. All right? The play calling was going crazy. They get in the red zone. They call a formation where they bring in like 8 linemen. Was it 8? 7 linemen. They had a receiver. Then they had Chubb and Hunt in the backfield. And they ran a play action pass to Kendall Lamb, who was a backup tight end or guard, backup tackle, offensive tackle. All right, and this sends the Browns up 17 to nothing. All right, the Browns going in. All right, the next possession, Tennessee comes down to score. Now, I tweeted at the time that the Browns went up 17 to nothing. I understood that Derrick Henry was not going to be a factor in the first half any longer because it was probably about 10 minutes left. But the Browns' biggest issue is their secondary. The Cleveland Browns secondary have been getting humiliated all year long. I've been wondering what's up with Coach Woods. Hey, I don't know what is you. I don't know what's going on, man. You're not playing matchups. It's not different things. But when the Browns went up 17-0 on the Titans, I tweeted, "Listen, this is going to become interesting in favor of the Titans because it's Ryan Tannehill and his receiving core versus the Browns secondary and pass defense." And he has a better chance. He has the advantage. You know what I mean? Sure enough, they come down on this drive. They hit AJ. They hit AJ Brown. They hit Corey Davis. Then they hit Corey Davis for a touchdown. They scored very fast. And in a overall review, Tennessee were scoring very fast when they scored. Very, very fast. But once again, like I was saying earlier, this is about team play on every level. And the Browns defense and the Browns offense were complementing each other. The Browns come right back down with the big play to Donovan Peoples-Jones. Man, this, first off, Baker Mayfield accuracy is getting crazy, all right? When he be putting it on the money, he been putting it on the money. And he's been victimized of a lot of drops this year that people ain't highlighting for real, but whatever the case. But they ran this play action. I guess it's called a 13, 3 tight ends, 1 running back, 1 receiver. Donovan Peoples-Jones runs a double move. And he is wide open. And Baker hits him on the money without him breaking stride for a 75-yard touchdown. This is the first play after Tennessee just scored. Momentum switcher. I like that. All right. Tennessee comes down. And then they got a punt. I don't like Donovan Peoples-Jones returning punts. He is not it. Why is Ernest Johnson not back there returning punts? He could be another player giving the team a spark. But we'll talk about that later. Tennessee has the punt. The Browns come back down. Run a 9-play drive. Capped off with a... Man, listen. Baker Mayfield was in a zone in this first half, bro. Baker was dropping Dilfer Dobbs all over the place. I mean, he hit Rashard Higgins for a few passes over the middle, moving around in the pocket. He hit Donovan Peoples-Jones for a pass. He hit Landry for a pass. He caught a Hunt out the backfield. He caught Hoop. Listen, in the first half, Baker Mayfield had completions to 9 different receivers. This was still with 7-8 minutes left in the first half. He had completions to 9 different receivers. All right. They run the spread with Rashard Higgins at the top. And Tennessee is playing a rookie, Brewer or Brewster, or Broward, something like that. Broward, Brewster, something like that. And, you know, Rashard Higgins, 3rd-year guy, 4th-year guy, like, Higgins got game. His name Hollywood for a reason, man. Higgins got game, man. And props to Higgins, and I appreciate his play since Odell been down, man. He stepped in a big way. He's been consistent in that position. So, hats off to him, man. But Baker caught the one-on-one, all right? Baker's playing with confidence. He's playing with rhythm, and his timing good. So, listen. When you got it, when you know your receiver has better foot speed than a certain guy, and you see it's the one-on-one and nobody else sees this, you supposed to throw the ball right when you see your receiver getting shoulder to shoulder with the defender. All right, because you know that the receiver is creating the separation, and that's usually the indication. The defender would be probably in front of the receiver a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If they play on the sideline, you want that defender to be on the inside shoulder of the receiver, and you want the receiver to be able to force him inside enough that leaves him a little bit more room on the outside for over the shoulder throw. All right. Baker puts this ball on the money. Higgins gets the separation he needs and catches it in the end zone right as he's getting his max separation. The ball's falling in his hands as he's getting his max separation. That is good quarterback play. That is good chemistry. That is good being able to read the defense between the quarterback and the receiver. That was beautiful. This score puts the Browns up 31-7 with still like 7 minutes left. The Browns defense comes back down, creates another turnover. The Browns defense in the first half played marvelously. All right. As much as I've been on their backs about the secondary play and what I feel like is a lack of creative personnel movement and play calling on Coach Woods, that defense played like a Super Bowl contending defense yesterday in the first half. This Browns defense was creating turnovers and doing what they need to do, and the Browns was up 31-7 after Rashard Higgins scored. Browns play more D, get the ball back, drive it down, and then with 55 seconds left, Nick Chubb scores a running touchdown to put the Browns up 38-7 in Tennessee. Week 13. Both teams 8-3 need wins. So, again, now I want to point out something else that is not being talked about enough. The lack of holding calls called again or for in the favor of the Browns defensive line. They have been repeatedly getting held, especially Myles Garrett. He's been getting disrespected, and they are not throwing the flag. This has to be a red flag. This has to be addressed, okay? You cannot maul and do all that to the guy because you're beat. The refs need to quit swallowing the whistles, all right, and start calling that call. Because Myles Garrett was held on 70% of his pass rushes yesterday. And the Titans were getting a pass, all right? Let's go to the second half. And this is where Cleveland started to look like the team of old. And this is where I'm mad at Coach Kevin Stefanski for getting timid with the play calling and not putting his foot on the gas and allowing his team to put up numbers and gain confidence, okay? When you have a chance to run up the score on a good team, you run the fucking score up. Don't run the score up on no bad team because it's pointless. But if you can, score as many points as you can. But when you got a chance to run the score up on a good team and kill a confidence and demoralize them and set a standard for the rest of the season, you take it. And the Browns play calling in the second half was horrible on the offensive side. The secondary play by the Browns in the second half was horrible. If it wasn't for the fact that the Browns were already winning, the Browns might have lost. The Browns were outscored 28-3 in the second half, with Tennessee scoring 14 points in a span of 1 minute and 40 seconds within the last 3 minutes of the game. Listen, playoff teams, Super Bowl contending teams, do not make mistakes like that. That is an error. That is a flaw. This has to be addressed, okay, quickly, all right? The offense is gaining rhythm. The defensive line is playing good. The linebacking core is getting better, and they're starting to be consistent. But the secondary sucks. Y'all need to bring in... I like the MJ Stewart yesterday. MJ Stewart played very good, I thought. He played better than Terrence Mitchell. I don't know why Terrence Mitchell's still playing. I don't know why Andrew Sendejo's still playing. Those two guys repeatedly get murdered in the secondary. I think that offensive coordinators and game planners come and tell their quarterback, when you see 23 Andrew Sendejo and you see 39 Terrence Mitchell, you go at him. I don't care what the play is, you go at him. And you know what? That's good coaching on their side, because those two guys are getting pulverized in the defensive scheme of things. They're getting, oh my God, man. So, but overall, the Browns had a good win yesterday. It was a good quality win. Baker showed progression. The team showed chemistry. They showed what they have a potential to be like if they play like that every week. And that's what we want to see. We as Browns fans, we as just analysts and people who break down the sport, just want to see a team play at their best all the time and may the best man win. You know what I'm saying? Or may the best team organization win. You know what I mean? So, hats off to the Browns. 9-3, first winning season since 2007, possibly the first playoff season since 2002. But we got a steady mountain to climb. Right now, the Baltimore Ravens are still one of the most dangerous teams in the league. They will possibly be getting Lamar Jackson back, and they'll be getting Mark Andrews back. So we're going to have to play them. We can stop the run, but will Lamar Jackson have a great passing day? The last time we played them, they beat us 38-3 or something like that. They whooped our ass. So then we got to play the Giants. The Giants lead their division, and it's a weak NFC East, but they're the leader of that weak NFC East, and they're playing very good right now. They're on like a 4-game winning streak. So we're going to have to give them what we need to give them, because they're not going to take it lightly either. Then we have a game against the Jets. The Jets been playing hard too. Heartbreaking loss to the Las Vegas Raiders. That denied the Jets from getting their first win of the season. But like I say, man, we got some players coming. We got some teams coming up, man, and they all hungry. And then we end the season off playing the Steelers, man. The Steelers are still undefeated. It is possible that the Steelers could be 15-0 when we start to play them in Week 17. So the Browns need to be on their A game. Ideally, I would love to see Pittsburgh lose 2 or 3 games. I need them to lose at least 3 games, for the Browns to have a shot. So let's just see how it plays out, man. But kudos to the Browns. Kudos to the organization. Kudos to the owners. It's been a long, hard grind. It's been a tough fight. But, we're heading into the tunnel, man. We're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? We about to see the fruits of our labor and our hard work and dedication. So keep going, Browns. Keep pushing. Keep playing, giving maximum effort. But I definitely need to see a vast and immediate improvement in the secondary play, because that secondary play will get us humiliated in the big games.
All right. There are a lot more interesting and insightful things I want to discuss with you all. So take the time out right now for me to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, or dislike. Leave some feedback in the comment section, and be ready to watch the next episode of Game Changer Sports Talk live from the marvelous Hollywood Studios on the Goonie Tunes channel.